Hi girls. I am so excited. This is my first video. I'm currently sitting on my floor if you're wondering. I have like a little a desk that you could put like on your bed, on the floor. I usually keep it on the floor. Anywho, I'm so excited because I am starting this series on YouTube and it's called The Thoughts Recap. Obviously, I quickly want to talk about how I will be recording this. So, basically, I'll be recording on anything that's near me just to make it a little bit easier. Sometimes it will be my computer, which I'm using right now. And when I'm using my computer, I'm probably going to be using my headphones as like a microphone because the audio on here is no good. It won't turn out good. Or I'll be using my phone. And sometimes I might even use my camera. So it really just depends on what's easiest, what's closest to me. Usually it's my computer, but we'll see. I'm really excited because I also want to film this in a vlog style because so basically the thoughts recap is going to be basically me coming on here talking about something that I just discovered about myself that will help you guys. Anything that I talk about, I want it to be able to help you guys, and I want it to be able to put value in your life. So most of the time I usually find something out, or I learn something new, or I discover something about myself and I'm so excited about it, and I usually just go straight to my mom and tell her, but I talk too much and I know she's tired of me, so I really want to start talking to you guys because why not share the things that I've learned. And I want to come on here the days that I actually had that thought, because that's when I'm usually most excited about it, when I have the most high energy about it. Yeah, my mind moves like a motor. But it is so funny because when I came up with this idea a couple weeks ago, I couldn't think of anything to talk about. And I knew that it was a block, and I knew that it was resistance, and I knew it had something to do with self-doubt. But I also knew that I needed to do it because I felt the resistance. Like, I made this video maybe a week ago now, and for some reason, every time I record it, the video would not be there. And that has never happened before. And I'm like, I see what you tried to do. I also feel like this is going to be helpful for not just you guys, but for me as well, because I feel like I have been in learning mode for so long, and it's gotten to a point where I feel like I need to implement what I've learned, either implement it or share it with people for me to be able to learn more, if that makes any sense. Like I've gotten to a point where I've learned so much, but yet it's stagnant in me. I'm not sharing it, I'm not implementing it enough. And yeah, so let's just get started. So I'm gonna give you guys something. I'm gonna actually talk about what I talked about last week, and the video just decided to not appear. I recorded it about 3 times, and I'm just gonna say it again. Hopefully when I stop this video, everything is okay. I'm gonna tell you guys like a little story. Last week I woke up and I didn't have any coffee. So I knew once I got up that I was going to go to the store and get some coffee. I told myself that. I remember I just laid back down and I was scrolling on TikTok. I was scrolling on YouTube. I remember I was going back and forth in my head if I wanted to go, because I hate being dependent on things. And I felt like I was kind of dependent on coffee. And I did not like that feeling. Like, I don't want to be dependent on anything. So I was going back and forth if I actually really wanted to go to the store or not. And so I'm laying in bed and I looked at the time and it was around like 2 p.m. I asked myself, I'm like, why haven't I gotten up? Usually I would get up, try to create something, go to the gym, do something that adds value to my life, that benefits me. But I was in bed and I was scrolling. I remember asking myself that, and in my head I said, well, I'm waiting to make a decision on whether I'm going to the store or not. As soon as I said that, I jumped up. I remember the first thing I said in my head, I said I was going to that store to get some coffee, and that's exactly what I did. I come back, And I had my coffee. I sit down and I started making the video that you guys will never witness because, again, it deleted. So the point of that story was that I realized something. I was stagnant. I was sitting in that bed, not being able to do anything, tired, scrolling on every app possible because I did not stick with the decision that I had made. And I was going back and forth in my head if I wanted to go. And it was draining my energy, and it was causing me not to do anything because I couldn't move on. And it made me realize that decisions are so important. It's so important that you make a decision and you stick with it. You don't change your mind, because when you're going back and forth in your head and you haven't made a decision, it is causing you to feel drained. It's causing you to feel stuck because you have so many decisions to make. And that was such a small decision. So another thing is, I'm not really sure if I'm into astrology or human design. I kind of just want to lean on God for, certain things and certain questions that I have. But then again, I do feel like he gave us certain tools to use. So basically, I take human design and astrology with a grain of salt. And I got a little interested the other day. I looked up my human design and I was looking at how it was saying that I make decisions, and it said that I'm not supposed to make a decision right away, but I'm supposed to make it after a couple days. Not when I'm excited, not when I'm like fearful or anxious about it, but when I'm neutral. And I thought that was very interesting because that's how I feel like God gives me my answers, is when I feel neutral. Anywho, I haven't been able to implement that yet with a decision, because that is supposed to be used for big life-changing decisions like a move or relationships, friendships, stuff like that. For small decisions, I really do feel like, especially like this, not this morning, but a couple mornings ago, I made that decision to go to the store. I should have just stuck with it. Like, decisions like that, you should not be going back and forth in your brain. Okay? Do I go to the store? Do I not go to the store? Do I eat this? Do I eat that? Do I wear this? Do I wear that? Yeah, so stuff like that, I feel like just make the decision. Usually the first answer that comes to mind is the right decision. Stick with it, because another thing I also noticed is when you make a decision and then you go back on it and you're trying to decide whether or not you want to do it or not, you are telling your body, you're telling yourself, you're telling your brain not to listen to you, not to trust you, because you tell yourself you're going to do something and then you don't do it. And it's so crazy because there's obviously so many things that, I still do wrong and I don't notice. And that was one of the things. And that is because, I've been feeding my brain. I've been more in tune with my body. Like, even though I was scrolling that day, I've learned to listen to myself, listen to how I feel. And it caused me to know when I feel a certain type of way, or when I'm doing something that I not shouldn't be doing, but something that the old me would be doing. And that was one of the things that I knew I needed to fix. I just felt it in my body, like, this is something that I do and I don't want to do it anymore, and I shouldn't do it anymore if I want to be who I am. I hate to say who I want to be, because I just want to believe that I am that person. I am that person, And, I still catch myself doing it. That's the thing. Once you catch yourself doing it, you're going to continue to do it because that's been a part of you. But the idea is to be aware of it, number one. That is growth. Like, celebrate that. Celebrate that you are aware that you do something. Yeah, it takes your energy. It causes you not to trust yourself. Stick with those decisions. I feel so free because I finally sat down and started this series. I finally did it. Anywho, guys, I'm about to go and get ready for bed. And I'll see you guys maybe tomorrow. Hi, girls. It is a couple days later, a couple nights later, actually, because I think I recorded that first video nighttime as well, which I'm seeing a pattern. I like to come on here at night. I came on here to talk about something that I think has changed my life. I'm serious. I have a feeling I'm going to be saying that a lot because it's easy to impress me it's easy to impress me if whatever I implement in my life makes my life even a tad bit easier or a tad bit better. A couple nights ago, I had decided to put my headphones on. It was right before I was about to go to sleep. Put my headphones on and dance. Okay. And one thing about me when I was younger, I used to love to dance and sing. I did it all the time. I still kind of do. Like if I'm around close family, I'll just be dancing and singing around the house. But when I was younger specifically, I would put Beyonce on. I would put Beyonce concerts on and dance with her. I would put on any type of music that got my body moving and dance. So the other day I decided to put my headphones on and I was dancing and I was having a good old time. I was having such a good time that I danced for about an hour and 30 minutes. And now that I'm more in tune with my body, I was able to recognize how this made me feel. And while I was dancing, I remember just feeling like anything is possible. I remember just having all these thoughts, like thinking about the times where I talked myself out of doing something that I really wanted to. And I remember just being like, I don't know why I talked myself out of doing that. I don't know why I'm hiding myself. I'm really going to just like go all in. That's what I was thinking while I was dancing. And it felt so good, so empowering. While I was dancing, I was hot, didn't care, still dancing. My body's burning because I'm moving it constantly. Didn't care, still dancing. It was freaking great. Like I'm not even, I felt high off of dancing. And so then after I finished my little dance session, my hour and 30-minute dance session, I got ready for bed because I told you guys I was literally about to go to bed, and then this song came on and kind of made me want to like listen to music, and that's how it started. And I had looked this up because I really felt so good. I needed to know what was happening. When you dance, it's kind of like some somatic therapy where you kind of shake your body and you release energy, and that's exactly what it felt like. So after I saw that it can help block energy, I also had tension in my chest that whole day. I don't know why, because I wasn't anxious about nothing in particular, but I did feel that feeling, and after I danced, I didn't feel it anymore. After I felt that good, I was like, I'm going to do this again. So I started to do it every night. I made a promise to myself that I would dance every night before I go to bed. It doesn't have to be like an hour and 30 minutes, of course. Like I can't, that's probably not sustainable every day, but at least 10 to 15 minutes. And that's what I've been doing. I noticed something that is freaking crazy because I thought I had a vitamin deficiency, which I'm still going to get that checked out, but I thought I had a vitamin deficiency. I thought that it was because I was drinking too much caffeine, so I had stopped drinking coffee, but then I realized that that wasn't the reason. It was a whole thing. So I kind of just gave up. But when I woke up the next morning after doing that dance session for an hour and 30 minutes, I noticed that my energy felt normal. Like throughout the day, I didn't have any crashes. I didn't feel lightheaded or just like, I don't even know what the word would be, like fatigued maybe. So going back onto what I was saying about decisions the other night, and relating it to what I'm talking about today, which is, dancing. I had another download, and basically there are certain things that drain your energy and there are certain things that circulate your energy. And I felt like with dancing, of course, I get exhausted and it tires me a little bit, but it doesn't feel draining. and it doesn't like literally make me crash, you know? But with decision making, or if I'm constantly going back and forth in my head about one decision for hours and hours and hours, that feels draining. So it also made me understand how I feel when something drains me and when something is circulating the energy, or it's like helping me get more energy. And that's pretty freaking cool. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say. And I think if you've been having that problem where you crash in the middle of the day and you just do not know why, it might be because you have some blocked or stuck energy on you and you need to shake it off, literally. You might need to dance that energy off. I actually just finished my dance session and I had a lot of fun. Yeah. And I did it longer than I did it yesterday, because yesterday I think I only danced for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Today I think I did a good 30 minutes and I had a lot of fun. So I actually think I'm going to cut this video here, and we're going to start fresh and new next week. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.